The 17 Indisputable Laws of Teamwork. Embrace them and empower your team. 1. The Law of Significance. 1 is too small a number to achieve greatness. What's your dream? Lily Tartikoff's is to cure cancer. She's not a scientist, nor does she need to be. All she needs to know is the law of significance. 2. The law of the big picture. The goal is more important than the role. What would prompt a former U.S. president to go cross-country by bus, sleep in a basement, and do manual labor for a week? The answer can be found in the law of the big picture. 3. The law of the niche. All players have a place where they add the most value. If you were the leader of the free world, how would you decide what job to give the person who's capable of doing any job, including yours? If you wanted everyone to win, you'd use the law of the niche. 4. The law of Mount Everest. As the challenge escalates, the need for teamwork elevates. Tenzing Norgay and Maurice Wilson were experienced climbers with the right equipment. So why did one man die on the mountain while the other conquered it? Only one knew the law of Mount Everest. 5. The law of the chain. The strength of the team is impacted by its weakest link. Does it matter if thousands of your employees are doing a great job and only one person makes a wrong turn? Just ask the company that paid more than $3 billion in damages and was bound by the law of the chain. 6. The law of the catalyst. Winning teams have players who make things happen. What do you do if December 31st is rapidly approaching and your salespeople are hopelessly behind on their goal for the year? Dave Sutherland can tell you. His team made its goal because he's always lived by the law of the catalyst. 7. The law of the compass. Vision gives team members direction and confidence. When Abby Constam began working for IBM, she found that the company that had set the pace for innovation in American business for much of the 20th century was adrift and losing billions of dollars a year. Why? The answer can be found in the law of the compass. 8. The law of the bad apple. Rotten attitudes ruin a team. They were expected to crush the competition. They had the talent and the ambition to win. But instead of dominating, they self-destructed. If only they'd known about the law of the bad apple. 9. The law of accountability. Teammates must be able to count on each other when it counts. Maybe people don't die in your organization when somebody drops the ball, but it can happen to people in this family business. That's why the law of accountability is so important to them. 10. The law of the price tag. The team fails to reach its potential when it fails to pay the price. The company could have been the world's largest retailer. Instead, it was forced to close its doors after 128 years of business. Why? The leaders were paying for ignoring the law of the price tag. 11. The law of the scoreboard. The team can make adjustments when it knows where it stands. Thousands of web-based companies have failed. Many successful ones are still waiting to make a profit. Yet this company keeps winning and growing and making money. Why? Because it has always played by the law of the scoreboard. 12. The law of the bench. Great teams have great depth. Who is usually an organization's MVP? The CEO? The chairman? The top salesperson? Would you believe it might be someone from HR? You would if you knew the law of the bench. 13. The law of identity. Shared values define the team. How do you get thousands of people excited about working in warehouses, wearing bright orange, and catering to the customer's every need? Bernie Marcus and Arthur Blank did it by building their company's foundation on the law of identity. 14. The law of communication. Interaction fuels action. The team had 10 leaders in 10 years. Employees were burned out and bitter, and the company was bleeding cash. So how was Gordon Bethune going to save this last-place airline from crashing? He started by using the law of communication. 15. The law of the edge. The difference between two equally talented teams is leadership. The team had major problems. The participants had everything they needed to go the distance: talent, support, resources, everything but the most important thing. Their only hope for turning things around was someone who fulfilled the law of the edge. 16. The law of high morale. When you're winning, nothing hurts. What would prompt a 50-year-old man who couldn't even swim to endure the pain of training for the toughest triathlon in the world? No, it wasn't a midlife crisis. It was the law of high morale. 17. The law of dividends. Investing in the team compounds over time. Have you ever been tricked into taking a job? Morgan Wooten was, and as a result, he has changed the lives of thousands of kids. His life of giving will teach you everything you need to know about the law of dividends. Don't miss the in-depth discussion on each of these laws. Like and subscribe to my channel for more life-defining lessons from books that inspired millions worldwide. Thanks for listening.